Yo, what's up? I'm Torch, and this is my homie Marsh. We really don't know what to talk about, so we're going to talk about the story about a week ago from when we got arrested together. He's never been in any trouble. I've only been arrested once, and that's for being out past curfew. So I think he's going to start the story off, and we'll just kind of take turns.
Alright, so around 9:30, 10 o'clock, he hits me up and was like, let's go get some bud, bro. And so we cruise around the town, trying to find anything and everything. You know, swag, some dank, some medical, whatever we could find. Nothing was around. Nothing at all. So we head to the next town over and continue on with that.
And we picked my buddy up, my dealer, up at Taco Casa, and he wanted to ride back to our hometown so he could sell some weed. So we took him back, and then we got there and we smoked like 3 blunts. Smoked about 3 blunts sitting in the parking lot waiting for him. And they never showed up, so I took them back to their hometown. And then we made it there and everything. We made it just fine. Got the hookup actually on some weed and everything.
He has some dank ass shit.
Some fucking good weed. But we're dropping off at his house. Actually, this motherfucker was trying to get me to go down the wrong side of the street. Okay? You remember that shit?
No, dude, I really
He's trying to get us to go down a one-way, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Alright, so we finally made it to his house, and we turned around and got back onto the highway. We was literally like maybe a mile away from home, and this fucking cop pulls us over, and I'm like, hey bro, we're getting pulled over. And he's like, what? And he starts fucking tripping, and I'm like,
Looking around.
we're getting pulled over, dude. And he didn't believe me. The next thing you know, I'm fucking pulling over to the side of the road. And keep in mind, I don't have a license. And
It's bad.
so I opened, and my window didn't roll down. So I opened the door, I put my hands out, and I was like, I'm innocent.
He didn't
And,
do shit. Baked as fuck.
The cop asked, the car smelled like weed, and the cop asked for my license and insurance, so I pulled out my permit, not my license, but my permit, and then I grabbed the insurance out of the center console. Keep in mind, there was a fucking pipe in the console, and
That was a great
kinda,
pipe.
I was just
I
kind of
liked it.
hoping that he didn't see it, the pipe. Well, so I grabbed my insurance out of the console and shut the console really quick. And then he looked at it and he was like, what are you doing driving? You know you're supposed to have someone over 21 in the car with you. And I was like, yeah, I know. And then we didn't lie to him because literally the weed was in the dash. And then right whenever I got pulled over, whenever I went to get out of the car, the weed fell out of the dash and it's sitting in the floorboard. So he told me to get out of the vehicle and I stand to the back. And literally, bro, the exact words out of his mouth, you can ask him. He was like, how much fucking weed's in that vehicle? And I was like, I don't know how much weed's in there, officer, but I can assure you it's all mine. So he ends up making me give him my guardian's number. So he calls my grandpa, and I'm sitting in the cop car at this time. And Jackson, or Marsh, as we call him, he was standing in front of the vehicle in handcuffs, as was I. And he called my grandpa, and my grandpa was like, oh, fuck, here we go. So he told me to get out of the vehicle and get in the back, and then he got in the vehicle and he ended up calling his grandpa, or his aunt, or mother. And
It was my
then,
mom.
now it's your turn.
And as he's asking, he tells me he's probably too stoned to care about anything.
Which was true.
Yeah, he was fucking. God, dude, bloodshot eyes, just baked. So I give the cop my mom's number. She calls, and he calls her, and just, dude, that cop was a fucking asshole.
He really was. He's a dick. I've never heard a cop cuss so much in my life.
Nor just text and drive the whole way to the
Yeah,
station.
so get this. We was on the way to the police station, and this motherfucker's texting and driving, going down the highway. And I'm in handcuffs like this. My head's leaned forward, and I see his fucking phone. I look forward, and I look at my homie Marsh, and I'm like, you see this shit? Of course, I didn't say nothing, but I look at him, and I was like,
I'm leaning over, trying to see this.
Like, what the fuck? And then, I still got no feeling in my thumb because the handcuffs were so tight. It was fucking ridiculous. And, so we get to the police station, and we're just sitting there, and stoned as fuck, staring at the walls, waiting for our parents to show up. And my grandpa shows up, and he just kind of stares at me in shame. And then his parents show up, and he gets to go home scot-free because I'm a homie and I took his charge.
Yeah, he did do that.
Well, so after he left, the cop was all like, he's probably too stoned to give a fuck right now. And I didn't say anything. I'm not gonna be disrespectful to a cop. I'm not a fucking retard. You know, he has control over where I spend the rest of my life.
Fuck yeah, he does.
So I ended up getting a ticket for driving without a license. I got a ticket for possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, which was his pipe. That was in his crotch, and I still took the blame, but it was in his crotch.
Yeah, I even pulled it out of my pants because I didn't think this dick was gonna say anything about any of it. So I was gonna hide my shit and hope he didn't say anything.
Which was ridiculous because he doesn't lie, ever. Well, so back to what I was saying, I got a ticket for driving without tail lights, which is like, there's some technical term for that bullshit. And then I got a ticket for possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and driving without a license. So the drug paraphernalia was $500. The possession of marijuana was $500. I don't know how much the taillights was, and the driving without a license was $250.
Plus your curfew ticket from like 6 months ago.
Yeah, plus a long time ago, I got stopped because I was coming home from seeing my girlfriend, and I was on my bicycle, and I seen this cop and he tried to pull me over, and I was like, fuck. So I look around, and I just fucking run for it. I start pedaling as fast as I can. You know what, we'll tell this story some other time. Anyways, I got a curfew ticket, and he told me that, well, the judge dropped it, and he said that if I get in trouble within 6 months, then he's going to bring that ticket back. And I'm going to court on the 12th, actually, for all this bullshit, and we'll see how that goes. But I'll keep you guys updated.
Stay tuned for more. Drop a like if you like the vid, and subscribe. Hopefully
Please
you like
subscribe.
the content.
And share with all your friends. I mean, make this shit go to China. Make this shit go to fucking Africa, dude. Like, wherever.
Europe. Ireland's in Europe, right? Yeah, Ireland's in Europe. If you guys
Well,
know, tell me. Leave in the comments.
One day, we will toke together. Promise you.
Smoke
Deuces.